So Elon Musk is back. We thought he was gone, but he's come back. And like he is wont to do, he's moaning, he's whinging and whining about facts and how he operates in the world. So let's watch the state media, Fox News, try and, give some sympathy for a neo-Nazi. Let's get straight into it.
You grew up in South Africa. You lived during a period of apartheid. I'm sure you've seen a lot of horrific things. So to be called a Nazi by people, to be made out to be this monster, that must be really hard for you.
Well, I mean, look.
I love that, but I kind of do believe this stuff. I've reinstated Nazis. I share Nazi talking points. The Great Replacement Theory. He supports Tommy Robinson. I mean, if this is anyone else, imagine, flip it the other way as a leftist. It was George Soros, and he was spreading, communist talking points, Stalin quotes, signal boosting tankies, and, far left communists. Would we have this discussion? No, you'd be like, yeah, he's a communist. I mean, they call people communists all the time. I mean, Rory Stewart, Sargon of Akkad, called Rory Stewart a communist. But we can't call someone who signal boosts Nazis, shares Nazi tweets, a Nazi. Well, what are they then? When you Sieg Heil and share Nazi talking points, like what? So if you don't do that, you're a Nazi. Like, how does it work? Explain to me.
It's a relentless propaganda campaign, which obviously President Trump has experienced for a very long time, 20 years, maybe longer, and.
It's so ironic because this is a Nazi talking point, like, oh, we're being persecuted. A constant grievance politics of like, oh, you're attacking me for my beliefs and what I've done. Yeah, Trump has been attacked a lot because he is a criminal. He's tax avoidance, sexual allegations, sexual misconduct, sexual assault allegations, numerous fraud, numerous just lies. Famously, he lied 30,000 times in his first term. He's got 34 felon. He's a 34-time felon. He has said racist, horrible things. He said stuff about disabled journalists. There's a reason why people criticize him. It's for his actions and his words. And he's not a nice guy in private either. Like, people close to him have said, no one likes Donald Trump. His own wife doesn't like him. He's an abuser. He abuses people. He's manipulative. He's a malignant narcissist. This is well known. There's plenty of books written about him behind the scenes. Donald Trump is not a nice guy.
Politics is a blood sport. So they're going to come up with whatever attacks they can to destroy the public perception of someone. Now, obviously...
We can see it, though. It's so obvious with Elon Musk. Trump's a bit more... He's not an ideological fascist in the same way J.D. Vance is. And it's also ironic, they've called Trump a Nazi. J.D. Vance literally called Trump a Nazi. And now he's turned over and become a Nazi. It's really plain to see. And people, your average person, when they see the Sieg Heil, when they actually see the extent to what Elon Musk believes, it is obvious. But they're trying to gaslight you and say, actually, no, don't believe your eyes and ears. Trump isn't deporting people illegally. He isn't trying to suppress press freedom. He hasn't called for violence in the past. He has. Look it up. He has on numerous occasions. Just ignore your eyes and ears.
Yeah, I've not harmed anyone in my life.
He said that before, but he has, though. He's harmed his trans children. The woman who he tried to manipulate into giving him a hand job on a private plane, one of the air hostesses. This guy, I've never harmed anyone. Who hasn't harmed someone has to say that. Like, you don't have to say that kind of thing. Like, oh, I've never harmed. I'm innocent. I'm just a birthday boy. I've never done anything wrong. Who actually believes this apart from cultish Elon Musk sycophants? No one.
So it's an outrageous thing to claim that I'm a Nazi, because the issue with Nazis was not their mannerisms or their choice of dress, but the fact that they killed millions of people. That's the issue.
And their ideology, their poisonous ideology, which you share, and what it leads to. So your ideology, you say, oh, I've never harmed anybody, I've never killed anyone. Not Nazis are problems, because no, it begins with the ideology, the supremacist ideology. He is a white supremacist. What's that logical conclusion of that? Well, we saw it in Germany, didn't we? That's why your beliefs are so absolutely reprehensible. That's why people hate you, Elon. It's not a mystery. And this is important stuff. This is really important stuff, because the Overton window is shifted to the right. This stuff has been normalized on Twitter. The far right has become mainstream. And when it becomes mainstream, you get more extreme. And in 10 years' time, where are we going to be if we don't rein this in? If we don't call this what it is?
They've also called President Trump a Nazi, and they've got, I think
Vance did.
There was one publication that said he's worse than that President Trump is worse than Hitler, Stalin, and
What publication
maybe
was that?
Mao combined.
Why not name the publication?
I'm like, but he also is not a violent person, and
He has called for violence. In 2016, he called for violence. He has called for violence. I'll put an article in the description on the numerous times Donald Trump has called for violence.
in fact has done a lot to prevent wars and stop wars, which is the very opposite of being a Nazi, actually.
What has he done? What wars has Donald Trump stopped? He said he was going to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict in 24 hours. He hasn't. What? I mean, no pushback. Just smiling. She's happy. It's like, just let him just say what he wants.
Right. Ironic how that works out.
Yes, but it is disappointing how well propaganda works.
Yeah.
If you repeat,
It is definitely coming from Fox News, which is just sludge, the worst sludge ever. Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes have a lot to answer for in terms of how figures like this started the culture war in the 90s. This began in the 90s with this misinformation. The Rush Limbos of the world. It's obvious. But people buy into this. People go, oh yeah, why are they being mean to Elon Musk? What's he done? Well, go and look at his Twitter. Just go and have a look. Scroll. I mean, he tweets about 500 times a day. But look long enough, you'll find some crazy stuff.
repeat a lie, the sort of he's a Nazi lie enough times, some people actually believe it. Especially people that still believe the legacy news. So if they still think that what CNN says, with the exception of Scott Jennings, is true, then they called me a Nazi on CNN. So if someone believes,
I would love to now to pull out a little board with just a collection of her tweets saying, just sharing Nazi shit and going, well, could you explain this? Or I would jump out and go, well, could you, because what would he say? What would he say in that moment? When you bring evidence and a sense of reality to this discussion, what would he say? He'd just jump out the window? What would he actually do? I would be fascinated to know, if he was actually confronted with what he shares and who he signal boosts on Twitter.
CNN, then they would say, oh, he must be, that's a Nazi. That's because they said it on TV. The person on the TV said it. Yeah, so... but they really are trying every angle to get me. So they would for sure try, if they could press a button and kill me in reality, they would press that button immediately.
What? That's such a oh, he's such a little whiner. Oh, they could kill me. Yeah. It's like, no one wants to kill you, Elon. They just want you to take responsibility for your actions and your words. And how Doge actually is going to lead to more spending. They're going to have to, like Trump did in the his first term in office. He actually increased deficit spending through tax cuts. So you've cut allegedly 150 billion. You're going to have to borrow more because cutting people's jobs, believe it or not, does have an impact on the economy, as will tariffs. But he's like, oh, they're being mean to me. I'm just trying to help. No, you're trying to skim from the top for SpaceX and Tesla. And it's so obvious what you're doing. But when people call you out, it's like, oh, they want to kill me. No one wants to kill you.
But since I'm a little difficult to kill, they are doing character assassination instead.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey.
Just pure victimhood. That's all you get with the far right. It's pure grievance politics. That's all they have. It's like, oh, they're being mean to me. The left are being mean to me. What happened to freedom of speech? Okay, they don't believe in freedom of speech. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.